Hello friends, welcome back to Learn AI, and if you're new, a special welcome to you. In this video, I'm going to show you a full tutorial, a full walkthrough on how to use Google AI Studio. So go ahead and open up your browser, right? And all you have to do is simple type in the Google AI Studio in your browser. And keep in mind that you need an active Google account. So you want to sign into your Google account in your browser here. So once you type in Google AI Studio from your search, you can easily access the website. Or if you know it by heart, it's basically the aistudio.google.com. But if you don't know it, just type in Google AI Studio, right? You'll see the first result there. Click on that, and if you are accessing it for the first time, it will basically give you a little pop-up and you just need to accept the terms. But you will see in the background that it actually has your account already signed in, and this is because you already signed into your Google account already. Now once you're inside the dashboard, I'm going to explain what you're seeing here. And now it looks a bit, let's say, it's different, and you're seeing API keys and you're seeing creating prompts, and you're wondering, what is this prompt? Guys, is as similar as the Gemini AI, but it's more dedicated. This whole studio, this whole suite is dedicated for developers, so they can create their prompts, they can use AI to generate whatever. But you can ask this basically anything, just like any other chat, right? So don't get scared and think that, oh, this is some fancy thing and I just need to code. You can use it, you can explore it, but it's more dedicated for developers because they can use it, they can create prompts, they can save the prompts, they can develop whatever they want. It's their own little world that Google has dedicated for them. All right, that's fair, right? Google is doing some amazing things thanks to them. Now on the right hand side, you have just your profile and all of those good stuff. You can sign out and you can do all of those good stuff. These are very easy stuff, right? The most important thing really here is that you can you can get some code from APIs right here. You can basically switch language models. So if you've heard about Gemini 2, or the latest one is this Gemma 3, so you can simply click this drop down here and scroll down, and guess what? You have Gemma 3 right here. You can select and you can start utilize the power of Gemma 3 right away here within the suite. Right now on the left hand side, guys, you can easily create prompts, so you can ask it whatever you want, right? So whatever comes to your mind, you can simply ask it. Now I'm gonna simply ask this, right? So let me go ahead and ask it a simple prompt to show you how simple this is. So I'm gonna simply type in explain how photosynthesis work, but make it super simple. That's all. Look, it's as simple as that, guys. You don't have to write anything fancy. You don't have to be a developer. You don't have to be anything. So write whatever you want, and this is considered as a prompt. So what you want to do, don't hit enter, because if you hit enter, it's going to take you into a new line. And so you just want to click run control here on the right hand side. Once you do that, it's going to basically start to use the power of Gemma 3 to search whatever, and it's going to basically ask it whatever I want, right? And whatever it's been recorded right here, this is considered as a prompt, guys. So this, what I ask right here, is considered as a prompt, and I'll have the result and all those good stuff. So this, what I create here, what I ask it, is considered as a prompt, and I can easily go ahead and save this. I can edit it and whatever it is. To edit it, you can simply click the edit button here and you can change it to whatever you want, right? Once you're finished, just simply click stop editing and you can stop editing. If you click three dots, you have more options. You can delete, you can copy text, you can do all of those good stuff, right? You can also edit it at the top here as well, and you can have some optional description to whatever you want. You can copy it and put the same. Let me just add it here and just show you. Save, right? Easy stuff. Now on the left hand side, you basically have most of the good stuff, right? And you have the option to create an API key as well. So if you click on get API key, you can easily get the Gemini API. So I can simply click and create API. Then I can basically do whatever what I want, right? I can choose the Gemini API and then I can just easily click create, right? So it's going to quickly generate for me, and it just take a couple of seconds, right? And you can copy this code. As you can see, it's generated. You can click and copy, and I can use that. You can click off as well, and you can see that it's there. At any point in time you don't want to use it, you can easily go ahead and delete it, right? As you can see, it says you can set up billing information for whatever, right? and but it's free of charge, right? So all you have to do is just use it. But if you don't want to, you can hit delete here, or you can easily click Gemini API. It takes you over into the cloud here of API and services, and you can delete it from here as well. As you can see towards the right hand side, you have the option to delete or edit API key. You can delete it from here, right? So you'll have the pop-up again. It says delete. You click and delete. Or as I mentioned, you can easily go ahead and delete it from here. So you can choose delete, and you can delete the prompt as well, right? So that's how you can easily go ahead and delete. So if you want to delete it, guys, it's very easy. Whichever option you want, you can easily go ahead and delete. Select an API key, click here, delete, and you'll have pop up. You simply click and delete, and it will be deleted. So any option you choose, you can basically delete your API keys from there, right? You will see that it actually deletes. Sometimes it lags, take a couple of seconds, but you will see that there are times when you have to go back, and it will just take a second or so to disappear. But you can see the button that's there is there as well. No, as I mentioned, you start with the create prompt. You ask whatever you want. Then you also have, for example, some stream real time stuff here. You have starter apps that you can use, and these starter apps are basically, let's say, prompt as well. So you can basically choose these, and you will see that it basically pops up with prompt. So you can select that, and you will see that it has some stuff that you can basically use. It's really cool, really powerful stuff that you can use with it, right? And you have tune models as well. You have this good stuff. You have the library as well. The library is a cool thing, guys. On the library section, you basically, if you're accessing this for the first time, it will give you the option to connect your Google Drive. So you can easily click and connect the Google Drive or sign in with Google Drive, and whatever prompt you test, it will automatically be saved within your Google Drive. And you can access Google Drive by clicking Drive folder here. It's going to open up a new window, and it's going to basically take you over to that Google AI Studio folder here. And if you go to My Drive as well, you can find the folder, you can open it, and it basically contains your prompt. And you can easily access this prompt right in your Google AI Studio from Google Drive. So let's say I want to ask this prompt here that I created, right, about the photosynthesis. I can double click on that, and it opens up Google AI Studio right into the result. How cool is that? Yeah, and the upper right hand side as well, guys, you can see the status here that it was saved in the Google Drive. You can compare stuff, you can open up in Kaggle, and you can also open it up in the Vertex AI as well, right? The prompt gallery as well is cool because these are like some pre-prompt that you can easily open up and use it and modify it and edit it to whatever you like, right? So let's say I want to ask it about, let's choose something in general, right? Let's say plant care. Click on that, you can see shows a picture, and it just basically asks some prompt. So here I can simply click three dots here. I can delete the image, or I can upload my own image, right? Or I can even go ahead and edit this prompt. So let's say I want to change this. I can click on that, modify this to whatever I want, right? See, remove something, and you can just basically click the stop editing, and it's gonna basically do it, right? Change. And you can just run the prompt whatever you want, right? And it will basically saved under your library as well. So these are some pre-prompt set that you can always use, and you can modify them. So it's really cool. So for people who want to, for those developers, they can easily edit whatever they want. You can see that it has some prompts here, some JSON stuff, and it already preset, and they can easily modify stuff to their liking and do all of those fancy stuff, right? API documentation is also there if you're interested in that as well. Let's go back. You also have the forum stuff, and changelog and all those good stuff. On the lower left hand side, you have settings, and some very easy stuff there. Nothing much, just optional. You can switch to light mode and dark mode. And yeah, if you're using dark mode on your computer, the system or the dark is the same, but there's also the light mode as well. Then you have the API plan information here on the account settings, and you also have the option to enable or disable auto saving. So if you want to do that, it's there in settings as well. And that's basically it in a nutshell. There's so much more there, guys, right? There's quite a lot there that you can really do with this. But in a nutshell, if you're a beginner, these are some important things that you want to know, right? And this is how you can find your way around this Google AI Studio. You know what's there, how you can use it, and so much more. So go ahead and utilize this powerful AI studio here to do whatever you want. It's very easy, it's very straightforward, user friendly to use. So, and that's it. Very easy and very simple.